Alright guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Let's Play for Dyson Sphere program. Continuing where we left off with our Matrix Lab production here. We had just researched thermal power, which is here, and we want to make some thermal power stations so we can have a better power supply. And I can make one. Need to be able to make more of those. Again, I'm Kraegan. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the stream here of this. If you tuned in for episode 1, we pretty much just set up a little research station here to produce our blue cubes that we needed for the Matrix Labs to do research for us. And now I am trying to gather the supplies I will need to create 8 thermal power. There we go. The magic number. 8 thermal power stations. So what I do... Oh, I had one already. Well, that's alright. What I do with thermal power, actually any cold node that I find, I will put... I don't ever pass one without putting a mining machine down on it. And
you can use the R key
and getting coal from it. I just coal power from the very beginning I feel is like the best power that you can get. Solar's probably better later on, but at the beginning, or maybe even hydrogen's better later on, but at the beginning coal definitely gets you going. So it is my go-to power source for the beginning of the game. I want to try to get this down on as many. Ooh, that looks good. So we're going to do that. I should have enough conveyors
conveyor belt. All you need to do is
for this.
The starting point and the end point of it. In addition, use the up arrow key to lift up one level, and use the down arrow key to drop down one level.
Do I have enough sorters though? I'm not going to have enough sorters. Can make enough though. That's good. Alright, so if you haven't seen this stream before, welcome. This is my Let's Play of Dyson Sphere program. If you're not familiar with this game, it is sort of like
a thermal power station.
Factorio or Satisfactory, similar to those types of games. Your goal to start off is to create a Dyson sphere. And it puts you in a galaxy that lets you achieve that goal when you first start out here. There was a patch actually yesterday that is supposed to make upgrading conveyors and other sorters and other things much easier, which they really needed. I was actually going to complain about that today, but they got that patch out, and it's...
sorter is a transportation connector of cargo.
I actually haven't tried it out yet, but I am definitely looking forward to that, because they definitely needed something like that. So let's power this up with a wind turbine. Just get some coal generating here. And that's going to turn on our first power station here. And if we check our grid, we're going to see an increased power generation. Now, what I do is I just put sorters in between each. I used to put conveyors in between each, but it's just much more efficient to transfer building to building if you can do that. So as soon as all these fill up, we should be looking at roughly 16 megawatts, 17, somewhere around that. Well, yeah, I'm forgetting we have our wind turbine set up, so there's going to be power generation from those, at least for now. So that's it. That's our coal power plant set up. We've got, if you remember, if you watched the earlier episode, we barely had enough power to get our first research done, which we researched thermal power, very first thing, so that we could unlock the thermal power station and get things rolling. So now that we have our research built up, next thing I want to do is build a storage tank. And it looks like our power is still, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Yeah, I forgot to hook the grid up. That's going to be important. So let me pause that for a minute. I'll make a couple of these. Oh, I can only make one of those? All right. I need to get my mech. Oh yeah, here. Sorry. Dog's got to go in my lap, so. Hang out there, buddy. Oh, watch the cord. Are you good? He's on my cord. He's laying on my cord. All right. Are you good now, buddy? Okay. So let me see. Coils. I need coils. Magnetic coils. Yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of important. What else do I need? Oh, iron ingots. Like I said in the last episode, iron ingots, you constantly run out of those things. So I need to build a facility that basically just shoves them away into storage so I can get to them whenever I can just basically stockpile a bunch. I'll get to that in a second. I do want to extend the power grid so that we can, oh yeah, plenty now. I think 5 will be enough. Should be enough. I can't make the... Usually what you want to do when you're extending your power grid is you want to use the these guys, the wireless power towers, because you can go 45 meters between, you know, stations, so you use less of them to get farther with the Tesla towers. You can only go about roughly half that length. So, but those aren't an option yet. So we're going to use the Tesla towers. And just connect this up.
You have done building the first power transmission facility, Tesla Tower. It can carry out short-distance wireless power transmission and expand the power supply area.
There we go.
Click on it to view the
okay, so let's
Let's
check how much our load is when we turn this research back on. We got 23. That's right, because now we've connected everything. Okay, so turn it back on. We're cooking along now, and we've got, what, 45% load. That's looking pretty good. I've got my storage tanks built. I'll show you what I like to do with those here in just a minute. One thing I do, and oh, you know what? We got to connect this guy up too. I see it flashing over there. You can see it's insufficient power supply for this guy, and we're going to definitely want him powered up so he can supply us with iron. So I'll put one kind of over here, sort of out of the way if I can. There we go. Okay, good. So everything's hooked up. One thing I kind of like to do, and I don't know if there are other, I haven't really watched anybody else's videos on this game or anything. I kind of just taken my own approach to it. There's an oil vein right there we're gonna make use of, but I like to try, if I find a resource that I know I can use, it's something that I'm gonna need, and basically every resource on this planet at some point you're gonna need it. What I like to do is create a couple of miners, mining machines, I call them miners, and I'll put these down on, I'm going to need some more of these so I can power them. Just do like 10 of those. I really need to research those other towers. Actually, you know what, let's do that right now. Let's queue up some research. We'll get those. We'll get our electric motor, which is used in some of our upgrades that we'll be doing here soon. And sorter, or the splitter, comes in very handy, so we'll queue that up. So that's already researched. We'll queue up steel smelting and energetic graphite. I always call that energized graphite, so I want to make sure I say that right. And the high purity silicone will be important when we make it to other planets, because we can't, There's going to be no silicone source on the starting planet. Okay, and then we've got definitely going to need an oil extractor, and that's a work in progress, so we can't do anything with that. Are we having power fluctuations? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Wow. Because we've got full production going. It's starting to make blue cubes, where before it had them banked up. You didn't have to make them, so it was okay. All right, you know what? Let's fix that problem right now. I'm gonna pause that, let it build those cubes up again. And oh, I've got a mining machine actually. How many more of these can I make? I want to be able to make 8 again, so I don't know if I have enough stone to do that. I'd like to be able to make 8, but I might not be able to. Let me steal some iron ingots again. Steal some coils. Or magnets. Those aren't coils. I can do 6. There's probably stone I'm missing. Yeah. Alright, I've got 1 in my inventory, so we'll do 7 for now. That should be enough. We're just going to give our power grid a little extra boost here. Some very well-placed coal right here. Come on. Let's try to get as many veins as I can, you know, but... Come on. If I turn it that way, will that work? Might have to come at it from this direction. Or maybe... I'm not going to sweat it. I'm going to get as many as I can from this angle. See if I can get that other one in there. Alright. What is that, 7? Yeah. Good enough. Get this out here. And get this going. Here's our equator. The reason I can tell is because that's the kind of the dark, the bolded line, I guess you could say. If you look at these other grid lines, they're smaller. So this is our equator here, which if you look at the planet view, you can kind of see you've got your poles here and here, and we're kind of in the center. And that's how you know when that grid's turned on. It's this line here. That's your equator. So that'll be important when we start moving the solar power route, because we'll actually be building solar power on the equator, so that at whatever point, night or day, we will have power generating from our solar power. So I'm only going to be able to get 7 of these down. I'm going to have to come back and put an 8th one on, because that's going to bug me if there's only 7. Oh, I need to kind of extend that out a little bit more. Let's do this. I got to bring it by this one. Go back that way. Okay, we got a couple of the faster sorters, the MK2s, as a bonus of researching that, so I'm going to put those in there. Just make the coal go through these plants a little quicker. And I think that is all I have for the... Yeah, I've got to use the regular ones over here. Okay, so test the tower. Turn that guy on. And should be able to turn our research back on and not experience any power outages. Hopefully. But we've got some cubes that have been produced and are just sitting there waiting to be processed, so it'll probably remain pretty constant here for a little bit, and then it'll dip down as it has to make more of these. But we should be okay. We're sitting at almost 40 megawatts. That should be plenty to get that going. Alright, so before I was interrupted by our power grid, what I was talking about was the resources that you need are, I don't like to pass nodes unless there's like, what I like to do is like if I pass stone, if I find a stone node, I will put an extractor down, maybe a couple, kind of depending on what I want to do. I kind of think of this as like a like one of those you know, clicker games like Clicker Heroes or something like that. It gathers resources while you're away, right? So while you're going off and building some other mega project or doing something like that, your sorter, or I'm sorry, your mining machine is mining resources that you need and just putting them in a storage facility, which I didn't make, which I'm going to make here in a minute once I power this guy up. And you can come back later and your storage facility will be full of whatever whatever it is that you're making. Oh, it's not quite long enough. Oh, I can make the Tesla towers. Let me do one. Let me do a couple of, let me see, how many can I make? 3? Yeah, I'll do that. So we'll do those instead. Can get a little bit farther with those. Yes, I can probably wait. I could almost make it all the way over here. All right. Well, let me put one here, and then I'll put one right next to it. There we go. Okay, well, extractor's done. That's good. We're going to be using that here real soon.
You built a wireless.
Gonna need that inventory upgrade pretty soon too, because our inventory's getting kind of full. So stone, you really got 2 things that or 3 things really that you need from the stone at the beginning. Stone bricks, glass, and your prisms. Now prisms you got to make in an assembler, but you can easily set one up if you put a couple of smelters here and just start pumping them out. I'm not talking about making a huge mega complex for auto production or anything like that. I'm just saying while you're getting everything squared away when you first start, and this is what I like to do, I mean your mileage may vary on this, but getting a couple of these just built up initially while you're not really dependent on this resource yet, you're just trying to get, you know, some banked away for later. This is the way I like to kind of approach that. I'm going to need 2 smelters, and I'm going to put one on, I'm going to have one creating the blocks, and I'm going to have one creating the glass, which we'll be using. The prisms we don't use till later. You could make them right now if you want. You could do that. Definitely not, wouldn't be a problem. Did I only make one storage? How many did I make? Oh, I didn't make any.
Basic materials, such as iron ingots
Make
and
2.
copper ingots automatically. While you want to make the raw materials and
Make
products
those.
get in and out of it autonomously, you
Make
need
those.
to use sorters and conveyor belts.
And let's see, can I make the new? Can make 7 times 2, so that'd be 14. I'll make half that amount. And then the storage, I'll just throw it right behind the smelter. You know, just kind of out of the way.
You built a storage, which can be used to store cargo. You can manually store or use the sorter to automatically stock the cargo.
you know, and while I'm away doing something else, oh, you know, I'm gonna need one of these anyway. That's kind of a bummer. That didn't really help me a whole lot. That's alright, I'll just put it there. Okay, so I've got my sorters. Get those going. And then I'm going to sort the finished products right into... Is that too close? Oh, it is. I'm going to put those right into... You know, and I have a bad habit also, another thing, I have a bad habit of clicking on things in the inventory and putting them down. It's probably way easier just to do this. Kind of habit for me to just keep my inventory open and go there all the time. I really need to probably try to start using this down here. It's much easier that way. Oh, I just put it in the same place. Let me try that again. Bring it out a little bit. Bring it out. And then our newfangled sorter. And that's just gonna, you know, start filling up. Now, I can go do other stuff, you know. If I need some stone or some glass, come back here, pick it up. I'm going to do the same thing. I saw an iron vein over here, so I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. I'm going to create iron ingots and steel, and I'm going to bank those. Oh, there's another coal. You know, I have a real hard time passing a coal node without making a power plant. Okay, titanium. I've got my smelter. I've got one of my, I got two of my smelters. I need 2 more storage units. And I've got 2 sorters. I need 4 though. Can't make those because I probably don't have... Oh, I can make 1 of them. But what a surprise, I'm missing iron ingots. I'll fix that problem right now. Try to get this on as many as I can. That'll do for now. Bring the conveyor out. I'm going to put a smelter on this side. If I can get my power. If I use my Tesla towers, I can make it over here pretty easily. 1 there. 1 there. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so get all of those in the radius. And we're going to want to make iron ingots and also iron ingots. And then we're going to feed this into, oh, I got it. That's right. I have to do it. Oh, and our research is done already. Let's do some upgrades. We haven't done this one yet. Let's get that one going. And again, look, iron ingots. So, actually, let's get that moving right now. See, I just opened my inventory again. I'm doing it that way. I gotta stop doing that. Alright, so, can't do that yet. I want my storage facilities behind here. Or actually, that one's gonna have to be in a different spot because we need another smelter, which I can't make yet. Oh, careful with the delete. I do that all the time. I'm just gonna copy this one over. But it did give me enough bars to start doing that. So we need another smelter. Just 1. And so then we're going to put that smelter here. It's going to take the bars from this smelter and make steel, put it in a storage facility. And we'll, you know, run off and do our thing, and while we're off, you know, creating something else, this little plant is going to be working to give us our resources that we'll need down the line. Now, obviously, I mean, you could set up like a huge, you know, production you know, like you could make like 50 smelters, you know, and just, you know, get tons of iron ingots if you want. But I found that, you know, just at the start, if you have just enough, just a little bit coming out, this is going to fill up pretty fast. I mean, you won't even realize it. You'll come back and it'll be full. And you'll have, you know, a ton of resources that you can use. And you can only hold so much in your inventory anyway, so I found that it's pretty easy to just do that and then not think about it. And then when you get to a spot where you're like, oh, I need steel, come back here, and it's right there. It's ready and waiting for you. So again, kind of my own strategy. It's nothing you know, just a tip. What I like to do. So there we go. Our steel's just gonna start stockpiling in here. We got iron ingots stockpiling in there, and I'm just gonna let that thing run. Our power grid is doing really well, so we don't need to worry about that. We've got our mecha core upgrade done, which gives us a little extra core energy. The movement speed is very, very nice, so we don't have enough research items to, and I don't think we can probably create enough of those. We can make 20. We definitely need more than that. But that's where this whole thing comes in. Now I can make 40. Probably don't have enough, so that's 50. It's probably copper that I'm short, because I don't have any copper in my inventory right now. Oh no, I have enough, I guess. Okay, so that's 60. Obviously it tells you, you know, how much time that you have left in your queue. So, got a ways to go before that's done. Well, that's alright. So, again, that's just what I do. Not necessarily something that, you know, you guys have to do or anything. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, but it's what I do. So, let me see. What else do we need to... Well, there's this coal vein behind me that I really want to put a power plant on. So I'm probably going to do that just because I always do that when I see coal. And, you know, I mean, people might be thinking, well, you know, coal, natural resource, you know, at some point it's going to go away, you know, you need to conserve it. Yeah, I mean, all that's true, but, you know, you've got a ton of it. I actually do I play with unlimited resources, so these nodes are, you'll probably finish the game, if that's even possible, before these nodes will ever be, you know, depleted. So, I mean, it gives you like, what, a billion, looks like. So, you know, per node. So if you got 20 nodes here, that's like 20 billion coal. I mean, that's going to last you for quite a while. So, now the next thing, after I build this power plant out, it's definitely something I want to do just to give us, I mean, you can have, it really sucks running out of power, so if you have the means, just whenever you see an opportunity, generate some power. You'll be glad that you did. Now we're going to need some coal. I'm going to steal some coal from here because we're going to need some of that for one of our upgrades that we're doing to our mecha. I think we need 150, so I'm going to let that just you know, count up to 150. And then just wait and see what it does. There we go. Okay, so everything's moving along here. We're almost done with this, which will give us our next upgrade here. Can we research? What's next? Inventory capacity. Again, steel. You need a bunch of it. We've been producing it. We almost have enough. We need 120, so that's gonna be something that we can do here real soon. So once this one's done, we'll get our move speed higher, which will be nice. I'm gonna say okay to that. Can't really do that one yet, but we can do this one because we got our cubes. Oh, you need 60 for this, and then one of these is 150. Oh, it's this one, 150. That's the flight. Flight is very cool. I do want to queue up our drone speed though. Flight is very, very cool. You can go very fast once you get that. Helps you getting around. Now the other thing I do, I mean, you might notice that my energy is staying pretty constant here. I fill up my energy bar in my mech. I mean, I fill up the fuel tank, whatever you want to call it, to the point where I don't have to really refill that very often. That's another thing that I do right off the bat. Helps to okay, so that's the flight speed. I'm gonna need, what did I need for that upgrade? I needed magnetic coils. Okay, so can I get some of those? Yeah. They're still kind of stacking up here. And I need 60 of them, I believe. Check my blue cube production. 27.5 a minute. That's slowly going up. So it might hit 30 a minute, which is good because each one of these is, I believe it takes 10 minutes to make one of these. So if you do the math, you got 10, 20, 30, 90. So you should be making, I mean, all of these should be able to produce 10 in a minute. So you should be doing like 90 a minute, actually, if it's completely efficient. So we'll have to take a look at that later, see if we can improve that. But for right now, we want to get our flight. So we're going to hook that up. And you always do research out of your inventory at 60 hashes a second, which is these guys. So every second, 60, 10.8K. You're looking at, 3 minutes to get stuff done. So it's not great. Not bad, but it's not great. Now here's another thing that I like to do. Speaking of storage, when these lines fill up, you're gonna have stuff just stop, right? I mean, everything's gonna stop. What I kind of like to do on these sometimes is these should be fast enough to pull in, the stuff that's going by. But I'll add a couple of, extra here. And then I'll put down, again, more storage facilities. And I'll have the overflow just go into storage. So when the theory is when it's doing production, it'll be fine. When it's not doing production, it'll be banking those away for some other day. Now this is probably not the best setup right here. That's kind of tight on space, but so now we've got this filling up. If we were to do something that caused us to use these blue, to where we would need to generate the blue cubes, which we gotta wait till this is done, but you'd see that we're still going to get a pretty steady stream of stuff coming by here. And it'll still be able to pull those into here to make the blue cubes. We're not 100% efficient on making those anyway, so it's not a big deal. And at some point, these are going to fill up and they'll be full. And what you can do if you run low on those or something like that, you can actually take them right back out of storage and just run a conveyor belt the opposite direction. Pull everything out of storage, put it directly into the labs. Or, if you wanted to, you could set up a second set of labs here that take all of their resources from the storage units, and you know that's where it gets all of its products that it uses to make the cubes and do research. So that's another option there. So here is the beginning. We've got our blue cube research done. There is, I'm not sure that there's that much more to research with blue cubes. I'm gonna have to look. We've got our mecha flight, which lets us do this, which is awesome.
You have received the ability to fly. Double-click the space key to lift off,
Ooh.
and then use the arrow keys to control mecha movement.
And we want to take out 120 steel.
With more energy consumed under flight mode. Pressing the Alt key can return the mecha to the ground during the flight.
And since we're putting circuit boards in storage, we can come over here and we can steal a few. How many do we need? I think we need 120. And that should give us enough to do our inventory capacity. Let's see what else we got for technology. Okay, yeah, we've got, this is for the foundations, which you can level out the ground with foundations. Crystal smelter, that takes red cubes. Solar collection, we can do that. These are kind of hard to build until you go to another planet with the silicon veins, because you need that as a component to build those, so it's not great. Again, this is another one that you need silicone. So when you start getting into this area of research, you're going to want to branch out and do and you can do your red cube research, so you can get those. And these engines, turbines, are something you will use a lot of. Now what I usually do once I start getting into research that requires red cubes is I will first get X-ray cracking. And I'll show you why later, but basically this is a recipe that you can use in your oil refineries. And it produces a lot of hydrogen. And you're going to need that hydrogen to create the red cubes, which take hydrogen as one of the products that it creates. And it gives you a little bit of energetic graphite too, which you need to create the red cubes too, but not enough to, I mean, you can't completely rely on this. You got to supplement the like a coal vein or two to really, get that production up to a level that it's, where it's good. So that's going to kind of be our next objective here, is to get the rest of the blue research done and start working on a facility that'll generate the red research cubes for us. So that is what we want to do. So awesome. All right, that's cool. Let's see. I think we're done with that. Don't need to have the tutorial on activating flight mode because we already know what that does. So that's not a big deal. Got our inventory upgrade unlocked, which is helpful. Gives you a whole nother row of inventory. We've got our stone production humming along nicely, so if we ever need that, we've got it. So the next order of business here is really to make an oil extractor. Now here's the thing though, as I told you before, if you look, we're right on the equator, and we've already built some buildings here that once we start doing the solar power, we're going to have to move, which is okay because this is a power plant, so it's not a huge deal. But we don't want to. Here, let me see if I can show you that. Here's the equator line right here. So we're going to be building our solar power on this line, like in a, around the planet. So we don't want to necessarily put buildings here because we'll have to deconstruct them and start over somewhere else. But the bad part about that is that we have got an oil vein right there. And if we were to build some refineries, we'd need to put them in this area, which is really close to the equator. So here's kind of how, well, see, there we go. Need some steel. Let me go grab some because I've got it processing while I'm doing other things. So whenever I need it, I can just go grab it. So I'll put 100 in my inventory just in case. I'm sure I will use it. So what I want to do, actually, you know what I want to do is I want to get an upgrade. I want to get the exploration. Should be quick. And I'll get this one too.
You have unlocked the universe.
What this does is it lets you see the different veins. So you can look, you can even go into the planet view, and you can look on a planetary scale where everything is. So that's important because what I'm looking for is a good, well, not even necessarily good. I'm going to do something similar with this as I did with these smelters. I'm going to basically bank a bunch of oil. So, oops, I don't want that. I want to make oil extractors. I'm going to make, well, it says I can only make one. Why is that? What am I missing? Oh, prisms. Yes. See? Now I already have forgotten that I needed those. So, let's build an assembler. And let's start pumping out prisms. But in the meantime, I have enough glass that I can make a bunch. And we'll do that right now. I want to make... Oh, I need copper. That's probably what it is. Circuit boards. Yeah, okay. That's alright. Let me put the assembler down. And I'm going to put a sorter right into that, and I'm going to make prisms. See if I can move this over a little bit. Just enough to power that other. Nah, I'm not going to be able to do it. That's a bummer. Okay. Well, I'll put one there. Should be good. Okay. So now I'm generating prisms, which I will also need to build a storage for because those are going to be, that building's going to fill up and it's going to have no place to put them. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to go grab some more circuit boards and magnetic coils for building my oil extractors. Another reason I kind of bank these because you're always going to need them, and it's nice to have a place just to come get them if you need them. Alright, so my storage should be done. Oh, that's right, I was making 2 extractors. And I want actually another. I'm gonna probably want a couple of these. So I'm gonna put my oil extractor down. I'm gonna turn it that way. I need to make some conveyors. Take my storage and put it down over here. And I'm gonna need some sorters for that. Now what I want to do with this is just pull it out a little ways. And stack up a couple of
You built a storage tank.
liquid storage tanks. Now while I'm running around finding a suitable spot to put a large oil refinery that doesn't get in the way of future plans, this storage tank is going to be banking oil for me. So by the time I find a spot that I like and I actually set it down, I should have a surplus of oil that I can just pump right out of the storage into the oil refineries. So that's the plan. So this is the first oil refinery that we found. Let's see what else we can find around here. Some more coal. There's another crude oil vein. That does not have the best production a second though. Ooh, 2.32. Very nice. Try to look for anything over 2 or close to it. I'm going to do that one like that. Stack up 2 out here. Now the hard part's going to be getting the power over here, so for that, of course, we want to make our Tesla towers. Let's just make the max amount. And we'll keep looking for oil. Oh, here's a 2.29. Yeah. Definitely wanna put something on that one. Now here's a coal vein. We could actually put a power plant out here, and we wouldn't have to stretch our power grid this far. That actually might be a really good idea. Gotta wait for those, but that might be a good idea. Putting some power up here while we're waiting. See what else we got for research. Okay, yeah, I don't have this yet, so I can't do that. I don't need any of those. Can't do that one. Yeah, I'm pretty much. Okay, I can't do any more of those. Let's get our foundations done. Okay, my towers are getting built. $12 coal veins. Could really use that to power my oil extractors here. And you know, one of the things that I look for when I do oil extraction is a large body of water, because I generally put chemical plants near large bodies of water so it can pollute them. No, I'm kidding. I put them near large bodies of water because you need that to create, like sulfuric acid and some of the other stuff that takes the refined oil out of the refineries. So this might actually be a really good place to set up like a large oil refining. And if initially it had its own power supply, that would be good. So actually that's what I think I'm going to do. How many thermal power? I can make 3. I don't know if that's, well, for now that should be good enough. Should be enough to power these 2 extractors. What's that, 8? 8, nice. Very nice. Get that going. And I'm hoping, I'm not sure how many I can put down here. I don't know if I can get 2. Well, that was just perfect timing there, because I can make foundation pieces. 10's not very much, but it might be enough to get me enough of a foundation to build another power station over there, maybe? Possibly. Just waiting on that. Come on, foundation, hurry up. Okay, so gotta be careful with this. So
Foundation.
well, right there, right? That should be good. Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Let's see if we can extend the grid over to here. Iron ingots, again, I'm telling you. That's what's always going to do it for you. See how far can I get? I can get really close. Not quite there. That's okay. Alright, let's fly back and get some... oh, that one's not very good. Fly back and get some ingots from our production facility that's producing those. And our oil tank is slowly but surely filling up. Now what you could do if you wanted to level a bunch, which we're going to actually probably have to do, what we might want to do is actually put an assembler here to make foundations. That might be what we want to do. So seems too low, huh? Okay, so hopefully that's better. Not sure if you can hear me or not. Thanks, all rules. I will take that into consideration. I'm trying to get this. Hopefully you can hear me now. I've turned the level up on my mic, so make sure I got it up higher. That should be good. Hopefully you can hear me now. Apologize for that. So, talking about doing okay, sorry, there was a mic problem there. So, okay, so I'm going to be putting together an assembler and making foundation pieces. I'm going to turn down the volume on the game here too, as well. See if that helps. That might help. Because I think the levels are set better now, so sorry about that. I've been having a lot of issues with my mic, so okay. When I make foundation pieces, I need stone, that's right. I do need stone, which is over here. And my stone okay, so do I want to go through that trouble of making those foundation pieces right now? Probably what I'll do is I'll queue them up in my inventory. I'll make the oil extractors. I'll make one more oil extractor. I need to make some refineries. Take a bunch of those. And I'll make one more of these. And then I need to make a bunch of oil refineries, which I can only make one. So let's take some stone. And what else do I need? I've got steel, I've got stone. Circuit boards probably is what I need. So let me go get some of those. Circuit boards and magnetic coils. 8's probably pretty good. I'm gonna need more prisms. I feel like the volume on the game is still kind of high, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit more. Okay, so I need more prisms. Get more of those. I build a bunch of refineries. As many as I can possibly build. Boom. All right. Got 4 more I can make. I'm going to make a ton of these. Why is that one saying no fuel? Probably because I need the better sorter on this one is what I need. So I'm going to do that again. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, I could try that new upgrade. You're supposed to be able to, what did they say, shift and click on it to do an upgrade? No. Alright. I'm gonna have to look into that. There's a way you can do the upgrade. There's a new update where you can just, you know, shift click on it, I thought is what they said, but it doesn't look like that does it. Alright, so we're gonna go and we're gonna create a large oil refining facility over here. So we have our, do we have storage tanks? No, I didn't make those. Oh, I need glass. Let's go back. And this is why I make those little facilities, just to make the, you know, products that I need. Okay, glass. Oh, that's right, I've been using those to make prisms. Let's stop that for the moment. Have that build back up. I'm gonna need some of that. I need 2 of them. Actually, I need 4 of them. So there we go. Two more. Oh, that's right. We just didn't have power on this one. Okay. Let's make a couple of these. Start filling that up. Got our oil extractor. Probably want to put that direction. Two of those on top of each other. I need some more conveyor belts. I should be researching more while I'm waiting. Do that. Power this guy up. That's going to start gathering oil for us. Okay. So got oil over here, and we can make a huge. We got some oil over there too, but it's not a very good production speed. Okay, what else can we research? Do that.
The data shows this.
Yeah, there's no silicon veins. I know that. Do we have any more energy thermal power stations? No. Okay. Need some more of those. Need some coils to make those. So, heading back. Wait, am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. Wasn't sure if I was. There's some stone over there. That's good. I need some better sorters on these. I think those are slowing down too much. Okay, so we got that done. We're gonna need. Well, let's do our red cube research. We'll get that working here in a little bit. Need magnetic coils again. What am I lacking here? Probably iron bars. I never set up power over here, that's right. Forgot about that. Okay. Should be good now. How many do I have? I have one. I've got 3 over there. I need 5. I'll just make as many as I can. Sorters. 8 of those. Or no, I need less, I guess, because I have some on here already. Okay, so the power grid is just powering this area here. It is not affecting our main grid. And then in this spot is where we will start setting up our oil production, hydrogen, all of that. That's going to create the red cubes. And those red cubes are what are we going to do for the next stage of our research here. So let's see, what else do we have to research? Well, we can't get that yet. We can do that. We're going to need chemical plants. Don't need to worry about that or that. Pretty much I think the rest of this stuff is, oh, I can get this. This one's kind of good because when you find a planet with silicone, you can start making these if you have the other resources that you need. And then you can just start putting these in a storage facility until you're ready to ship them back to this planet or cart them back yourself. So that's another good one to have. We'll need this. We'll definitely need the graphene. So we want to queue that up. X-ray cracking we'll get as soon as we have the red cube production humming along. Okay, so that looks good for right now. We need red cubes for that. I think for all of this stuff. Pretty much. Okay, so that's all. We need that for all of that. So let me see, what else can we do now? We need to get a bunch of foundation pieces. But that is something that yeah. I'm trying to think of what best we can put some of the oil refineries in here, like in this area. We want room for, we definitely want room for chemical plants. Oh, upgrade mode. I missed that. That's what you do. So if you have a new, that's what they added. Aha. So let me go find, I'm curious to try this out now. I have one of the newfangled sorters, so if I find an old sorter somewhere, is there one over here? Yeah, there's one right there. So I do upgrade mode. Oh, look at that. They really needed something like that. That is a huge, huge boost to this game right there. Especially when you've got conveyors going all over the place and you have to get your new, you have new belts that you want to put down. Oh, it takes forever. So that was great. Very cool. Excellent change. by the developers on that one. Very, very handy. Okay, so foundation. We're going to need a bunch of that to get our facility up and running for oil production. So we need steel, we need stone blocks, so we're going to need a bunch of conveyors. A bunch of conveyors. We're going to need an assembler, which we have. Probably put that halfway between the, here's my iron settlement, here's my iron production facility, here's my stone. Probably put the assembler halfway between, you know, run steel over this way, stone over this way, and then, you know, start making foundations. We're definitely going to need some of those for this next bit. So, got plenty of stone. We're full up on stone, so. All right, let's just do this. To make this easy, I'm going to bring this up here. It's a trick I learned online. Oops. No, 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 no. 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 Didn't want to do that. Second level. Ah, okay. Come up, we go like that. Delete a good part of that. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. We'll try that again. Conveyor belt. Bring it up to here. You got to be 2 away from that. And then you do your raised. Boom. Okay. Now you delete. Oh, I am doing this wrong. So you bring it up like that. This? No, that's too high. There we go, like that. And then you delete just one section. There we go. And then you can put it, it just does like a tiny little loop over the top. Doesn't really do that much damage there. Bring this out just a little bit more. Where's our, okay, so our steel's coming from over there. So we probably want to do like a, like that, probably. Put our assembler here. And then run a conveyor from steel to there. And then hurry up and wait for all that to work. Okay, so we got our steel coming down the line here. Power this thing up. And start making these. We'll need a storage facility to put those in. Which which we need stone to make. So we'll grab some stone, make those. Gotta put a sorter on here. Okay. And then one here. And one here. Production slowed way down, it looks like. What's going on over here? We need to update these. That's what's going on. These need to be faster. Doing a little bit better. I think too much is going into the storage here. So I'm going to turn that off for now. Okay, that seems to be doing a little bit better. Let's head back to our project over here for the crude oil. And what we're going to try to do is put as much, well, basically, we're going to take the water from here for our chemical plants. And we're going to need 3 of those. And we're going to put those out here. We're going to need 1, was that a water pump? Yep, 1 water pump. We're going to need some more storage tanks for the stuff that's going to be pumped into the chemical plants. So we're going to need some more of those. Water pump can pretty much go anywhere. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Where are we going to put those chemical plants? Probably there's going to need to be a, we're going to have to put them in line with our, well, no, because I can pull the water across, so nah, that's good. We just need to make sure they are kind of somewhere out of the way. Closer to the water is probably better. Yeah, that's probably good right there. And then those will have to run into our chemical plants. We should put our chemical plants, well, actually, no, that's good. We'll put them probably in this area here. We'll put our oil refineries here. Use the foundation, just block off this whole area. And then we'll have oil coming in from this one, that one, coming through conveyors, picking up by the oil refineries, and just a mass row of oil refineries here that we can use to generate the red cubes. So the red cubes are tougher to produce than the blue cubes, just because of the products they require. So definitely something that we have to put some forethought into, but once we get the X-ray cracking, there's a that recipe actually allows you to, how much oil do I have? Oh, I'm getting quite a bit. That recipe actually allows you to speed up production, and it gets easier as soon as you have that recipe, but before then, it's difficult. So let's see how much we can do with that. It's not a whole lot of foundation, but it's better than nothing. Might be able to get a few down with that much. I think it takes like 4 per square, so when you do your foundation, you got like a 2x2 square there, and I believe it takes 4 total. Yeah, it does. So if you can kind of space them out a little bit, you know, not going for aesthetics, just trying to make it functional so that you can, you know, put something in this area, then that would probably work pretty well. Can at least get started on building the refineries that way. This is going to be the first of many mega projects that we're going to have to do to get our Dyson sphere created. We don't need any water over here, so we can just fill all of that in. And we're doing pretty good on our foundations, so gonna be running out here soon. And put like 1 more down. Okay, well that's a good start. So yeah, this project's gonna be like a mega project. It's definitely gonna carry over into the next stream of this. Because there are going to be a lot of refineries that we're going to set up. So basically, if you haven't done this before, pretty simple. Your refinery has 3 inputs or outputs. You got 3 here, you got 3 in the back, and you got 3 there. Or actually, this might be the front. It produces 2 products, which are refined oil and hydrogen. Now the hydrogen you need for the red cubes, the refined oil, you can use that in chemical plants to create stuff like sulfuric acid or plastics, both of which I recommend you getting a good stockpile of. You can also use the sulfuric acid to create the graphene, which we're definitely going to need at a later point. So it can kind of get you a head start on some of the stuff that you're going to be making down the line. Now, what I found is that these oil, it kind of depends on how quickly the oil is coming out of them, but these can each oil extractor can only feed so many oil refineries. This one should probably be able to feed about 6, maybe. This one over here, probably about the same. So we could probably get 12 going here. Can I put that many down? Probably. Want to space them a little bit out a little bit like this. And then that. And I'm going to take what's coming out of these and I'm going to bring it out I think that's the back, this part here. I'm going to call it the back. Looks like the back to me. So I'm going to space those out a little bit so I can get 2 conveyors down the line here. I think, can I fit 2 conveyors there or can I only do 1? No, I left myself space for 1, it looks like. So let me redo that. I'm going to get 2. I'm going to be able to get 2 conveyors between these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This might be a little bigger than we need right now, but oh, can I just put one like right here? No.
Insufficient
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I could just make one in my replicator, right? Can I make one? Just one. Oh, I can make 4. I just need 1 though. Like that is literally all I need. Right? That should be good. Ah, okay, now can I stretch something? Can I stretch 2 down here? Yes. Okay. I think we're in good shape then. Oil is going to be fed out of, oh, we're going to need a ton of conveyors for this too. Like I said, this is the first mega project that you're going to get. So let's just build as many as we possibly can. I'll go get more iron while I'm waiting for those to build. This is, for me at least, this is where you first start getting into a bunch of spaghetti with your conveyor belts. So now we could pull the oil from this facility over to our project as well. I'll take those just in case. Something to think about. I mean, that might be advantageous for us to do that. So we'll have to see if that's something we want to do or not. Fly back to our project here. The other thing is, are we generating enough power over here to power all of these stations? The refineries and everything, do we have enough power in this, you know, in these thermal power stations to power this entire complex? How much do these take? What's their power usage? 960 kilowatts. So say a megawatt per, roughly. That's 12. Yeah, I think that's going to be close. We'll have to, it's one of those things where we'll just kind of turn them all on and see what happens. But likely we will need more power. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of conveyors. And this project definitely is going to span into the next video, so let's see how many we can. Oh, it's trying to take them out of there. Okay. So we're going to power the first 6 with this one. How many did that leave us with? Okay, that's not bad. Gotta wait for my drones to make these conveyors. Come on. Got a nice bit of oil in there. Just make sure you don't destroy those tanks, because if you do that, you will lose everything that's in them. So just be very careful about not destroying those. Save your game before you mess with anything over here, just in case, because yeah, everything in that tank will be gone if you accidentally destroy it. I've done it. It's horrible. So don't do it. Okay, so we've got oil coming down this way. We're gonna have, oh, we'll have less of a journey from this end, probably. Boy, I really wish you could go diagonal with these things. Go there. Okay. We've got 75 left. That should be enough. While it's doing that, I am going to see if I can start putting oil into these. Well, I'm going to need power. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need to do that. I'm already feeding this one. Okay. One here feeds that and this one. One here feeds this one and this one. Okay, yeah. Overkill there. And then one here. And this one I'll do this one and this one. And of course I gotta make sure that it's done there. I'm gonna copy that one, drag it across all of these. Done, 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 done. They're all done. Okay. We're getting oil into each of them. Want to bring our conveyor belts over on this end. $37 left, that should be enough, but we're going to need to make more of these. We'll make 20 of those. Oh no, I don't need them there. Every other. Okay. That's what we want to see. One into the other. To there. One here, one there. Oops. One like that. Okay. That's all set up. This is not connected, it doesn't look like. Oh, yeah. Ah, jeez. Oh, it is connected. I just couldn't see them there. They're the same color as the belt. Okay, so yeah, they're there. Jeez. Okay. They are there. Alright, so if we hook up power, try to get as many of these in the power radius as possible. Okay. We're pushing it. That's quite a bit. I don't think all these are turned on yet, are they? Oh yeah, I guess they are. That is kind of pushing it. Okay, so first thing that we want to do, we're going to do something similar with the refined oil that comes out of here. We're going to put them in a storage tank, basically. So we're going to need more conveyor belts. Yeah. We're struggling with the power. Actually, let me come bring it out of this side, I guess. Oh yeah, we're really struggling with the power. Okay. Probably time to hook it up to the other grid then. Can I make it? Okay. So I think we are powering this facility now. good. Some of these have stopped because all their production is done, so they are not running anymore. They're waiting for their queues to be emptied out. So we're going to run a conveyor belt directly into the storage tank. I want to filter what's coming out because we just want the refined oil to come out. Refined oil out of here. And then on this side, same thing. We're going to drop it across like that. Okay, so all of our oil is being moved out, but we've got this hydrogen now. So the hydrogen actually needs to go into labs. But we also need our other pieces. See if we can get some mining machines and smelters set up over here to get out the energetic graphite. I always say energized. Put it over here. And hopefully we can get our red cube production moving along pretty nicely. None of these are running right now, so the power grid isn't really that taxed. I think we have enough to run them all. We'll find out as soon as we port the hydrogen out. What we could do while we're waiting I was going to say we could put it in a storage facility, but for now, got our mining machines done. There's not a whole lot of coal over here. There's some over there. We should be fine if we put them over here. So we're going to put one there. We're going to put one over here. We're going to gather as much of this as we possibly can. We're going to put down... Are we out of conveyors? No. We're basically going to go like so. We need 4 smelters for the energetic graphite. Gonna put basically 2 here. And then on this other line, we're gonna put 2 there. Oops. Got here a little ways. Put 2 here. Actually, let's put them on this side so that they can pull off the other line. Actually, you know what? Let's put them all on the same line. Probably be a better way of doing that. Space those out like so. Energetic graphite. Graphite, right? Yeah. I was pronouncing that wrong. So there we go for those. We've got our, we only have 2 sorters. We're going to need more for that. So let's make 20 of those. We're going to need some labs. We have 1. We're going to need, let's do 9 total. See what that gets us. Put a Tesla tower right back here. Power all of these guys. Actually, let's move that. Give it room for a conveyor belt to come out of there. Come on, sorters. All right, good. So we're going to start making those, and then we'll drag our conveyor belt out the back here with the finished product. And we can actually, we don't need, cut that off right about there. And I'm thinking since we can stack these, what we could do is do something like this. Block this area off here. And then we could do, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put a Tesla tower in between these two. Can we fit it in there? I thought we could. Maybe we can't. Okay, that's a bummer. We can put it right there. Okay, and then we'll do red cubes on these. And we might have to adjust on this because I think we could probably produce more. Well, we'll have to see. We're going to have a bunch of hydrogen initially, but then it'll definitely slow down. So, oh, we're going to need more conveyors. Make some more of those. And we're going to bring our hydrogen down here, right into here. Graphite over this way. Gonna need a bunch more sorters. I think we have enough actually. Well, no, I don't think we do. We're gonna need more. Let's make more of those. So we need to go the entire span and into probably to right there. I think that's going to do it. Of course, we'll throw those in there. Take our conveyor belt and make sure that it goes down this way. See if we have enough to.
Your production compound has reached a certain scale. Now click the statistics panel button at the bottom right corner of the screen to view statistics. It includes the output consumption of each item, electricity data, etc. Use these dynamic data can help you to manage your production base.
Guess what I need to make sure is that I'm getting hydrogen out of both of these, that I don't forget one. So I need to filter that and then bring it out of here and filter that. Same thing here. Hydrogen, hydrogen, and then, oops, hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Oh, no, no, no. Sorry. That's not right. Hydrogen, 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 and hydrogen. And we are going to actually have an overabundance of it at first. Okay, so these are probably going to be, yeah, they're not making them too quickly. So, red cube production over on this side, the blue cube production's over on the other side, and we're going to have to actually get these out of here and hook them up to probably some sort of research labs that are in the middle between the two, so that we can take red cubes from one, blue cubes from the other, run them into this central processing lab to do all the research, and we'll be able to research the blue and red cube technology. So that's going to be the next video, though. This one is going to be done. I'm going to out of here. This was Dyson Sphere, episode 2. Let's play live. Catch me again in 2 days for the next video on this. You can take a look at my schedule. Sorry for the mic issues. Looks like there were some issues with the volume on the mic. Hopefully you guys could hear me for at least part of this stream, but I will definitely see you in the next video. If you like the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment for me if you like, and I would appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys on the next stream. Thanks.